you had mentioned something about going back to a certain time period that, I think you said you and Rachel, your wife, had mentioned, it'd be kind of cool to live back, I think in the 50s or something. And you had said something in regards to that. And I was thinking, well, maybe that's from watching Mad Men or something, right?
Yeah. That was the first time I think we both I like time pieces. So one of the things I like about certain shows is that feel. Like Mindhunter had that to me. Like there's just certain shows that I like that you can feel like the era it's part of, which is kind of fun.
And the 50s are kind of like what you and Rachel want to go back to, or you were wanting to go back to?
Just it seems so simple. It seems like you're out in the yard. It just seems like a simpler time, Dude's mowing his yard in khakis and shit. I love that.
Things just felt right back then.
Well, Rachel has her apron on and stuff.
Well, it's funny you're kind of mentioning that because I came across another person that you might know that has similar beliefs to you, and I think you might know the Kansas City Chiefs are your team, correct?
Yes.
I didn't know who the kicker was. I only know two guys on the Chiefs, to be honest with you. And I saw this, and I was like, maybe Greg has a point. Like there's more than just Greg thinking that the 50s were the decade to be in. And here's his name's Harrison Butker, right? He's your kicker for the Chiefs.
Yes, good kicker.
And he's been in a little bit of. He's been in the headlines the last few days. I guess he gave a commencement speech at a Catholic college.
He went to school there.
And he went to school there. Okay, see, so Greg knows all about him. Greg's probably thinking going back to the 50s, maybe he can be neighbors with Harrison or something. But here's a little quote today. Harrison saying, "Everyone is taking what I said out of context. All I said is that we should go back to a better time like the 50s and the 60s, when men were men and women had more babies than thoughts. When the only Me Too movement was one woman saying she was ready for her fourth child and another woman agreeing." So I was like, I know I've heard something similar to that. Was that Greg? I had to ask.
Yep. No, our 50s chat has nothing to do with like men and women and what they do. It just has to do with the times being simpler. Rachel always jokes with me all the time. She's like, I love to stay at home and quit my job. She's like, she's very much always joke. We've always said that. She's like, if I can quit my job and just be at home, I'd love it. Right. I read what he said, and I'm like, I think it's all super blown out of proportion. And like, I think he was trying to give props to his wife. I think that's like, and we were talking actually just before dinner tonight, we were talking about this again, because we've both been chatting about it. Like, I think, and it's kind of funny that's going to lead into this roast thing, because I think in this world we live in, everybody is so quick to like want to crucify somebody. And I can imagine he was sitting there, he wrote this awesome speech, and he was so ready to like tell these kids, and he was pumped. It's like he wasn't going in with like a mean heart of like, oh, I can't wait to get my opinion out there. I really think he was trying to like give his wife props and talk about how great of a mom she is, and that he's glad she's, stays home. And they're very Christian based. Obviously it's a Christian college. So a lot of those beliefs are, so I just think, I'm just like, I don't see the hate and anger in it that everybody's like, and people are calling for like, oh, the Chiefs should cut him. I'm like, why? He gave a speech. Like,
well, the Chiefs aren't going to cut him unless it becomes more of an issue. But
yeah,
and just to let you know and everybody else know, this was on Instagram today. This is a fake quote that one of those sites like The Onion put up.
Oh, nice.
And they put it up, and you can you go into the comment section, which I did.
Yeah.
Because when I first saw this, I was like, it kind of jives with what he was talking about, but this seems a little over the top, especially for him setting the record straight. Yeah. I was like, this has to be kind of a fake one. So when I went to the account, it's called the Sports Memory, and it's basically in the top part of their caption. It's like, this is a parody account or something. But it's funny. You read through the comments, and everybody's like getting upset, and then there's other people that are like, you guys know, like, this is a fake meme here.
Yeah.
So I thought it'd be kind of funny to bring that up tonight.
Yeah, no, I thought about it too. He's getting a lot of heat. I don't know. Again, I think and who am I to, I'm a middle-class white guy from a suburb that grew up in a suburb from white middle class. So it's like, who can I get upset about, stuff like that? But it's like, sometimes I think we just overreact to everything. And we all see it, right? I mean, that's one person goes, oh my gosh, did you see this? And then it spreads like wildfire.
Did you see, I think they brought up some kind of an interview. It was probably on the podcast that Pat McAfee, you like him, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where, who's your QB? Mahomes?
Yeah.
They had asked Mahomes, I guess because McAfee used to be a kicker or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they asked Mahomes, does he talk to or ever hang out with Butker? And Mahomes was very much like, I don't say anything to him.
Yeah.
It was just kind of an odd interview, but knowing the context of it and fast forwarding to this commencement speech, it kind of just makes it sound like, there's just certain personalities within the locker room that everybody's there to do their job.
Yeah.
And I think you said is he a good kicker?
Really
above
good kicker,
average?
yeah.
Or?
Oh yeah. Probably one of the top 3 in the league.
Oh, wow.
Probably was one of the reasons we won the Super Bowl, maybe this year and the year before. And I wonder if that comment from Mahomes is like how they don't talk to him. Like, just like, it's like the pitchers sometimes, like,
sure.
They just
could be.
I kind of felt in the I heard something about that today. I haven't seen it, but I'll have to go back and see. But I almost feel like that's what he's like. Oh, I don't talk to, like kickers are weird kind of thing. Cause it was Pat, who knows? Like,
right. Yeah. I only watched the clip of that.
Yeah.
And again, watching just the clip of it, it did seem kind of awkward looking back on it.
Yeah.
But I think at the time that interview was conducted, like you're saying, it could just be that nobody talks to kickers or something.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't remember what that one was from, but yeah, I mean, there was pictures of him. He took pictures with Taylor and Trav. And I know he recently talked about meeting her and stuff. So I don't think it's like he's not like an outcast on the team by any means or anything.
Well, let's keep an eye on the pulse of this one here and see where it goes. It doesn't seem to be letting up as of today, which is Thursday.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. They're going to keep roasting him.